Hi, Jeff Love from Alternative Heating and Supplies. Today I'm going to be talking about a hydronic air handler that we make right here at Alternative Heating and Supplies in the US of A. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart to give you the inside look at it. It's a very simple design. Okay, what we have here is a 12 by 12 water to air heat exchanger. This is a 3-pass heat exchanger. It's about 3.5 inches in depth. The coil area is 12 by 12. I'll turn it around so you can see the front of it. And then I'll turn it around one more time to give you the side view of the other side of it. So you can see the actual motor that's in the squirrel cage fan. It is 110 volts. I'll go through a little bit more in depth on it and what it can do for you here in just a second. Let me get this out of the way and I'll go right to my video presentation. The Dragon Breath air handler that we manufacture here, there's several things that we can use it for. The reason I designed this unit was a lot of people were calling me and saying, hey, I got electric baseboard. What can you get with these outdoor wood boilers? And I have electric baseboard. There's really nothing we can offer them. But then I came up with the idea of making a small hydronic air handler so that they can put it in a closet, crawl space, somewhere tucked away in a room where they can add it and have air blow into it from an outdoor wood boiler. And keep it inexpensive. That's the main thing here, is to keep it inexpensive. So bonus rooms, it also replaces electric baseboard, as I already went over. Small homes and mobile homes. I also get a lot of calls about people with double wides who are using these outdoor wood boilers. So this also fits perfectly in that application. Honey cabins is another big one. Office space inside warehouses. These companies or these people that we work with, they have a warehouse kind of business, and they will frame out an office space for themselves, and they want to have heat in there and be able to talk on the phone. Where the unit heater that we also manufacture is a little bit noisier, so this makes a great solution to that problem. Finished basements is another big one. People who have a conventional heating system inside their house, like a boiler or a hot air furnace, it's very difficult and expensive to run the ductwork or baseboard heating elements in there. So you just add one of these units and run your wood boiler right to it, or your existing boiler. Your boiler, you just run another zone to it. It's just a hydronic unit heater. Cold sections of homes. In examples that I've seen these used for is people have a section of their home that is the furthest part away from their heating system, and it's usually the coldest part of their home. So what they will do is they will mount this unit and have a separate zone, which is actually very simple to install, and you use flexible ductwork. Heat dumps. We've also used it for heat dumps, and where most of this comes up is uniquely found by some beer distilleries. They will use these things to dump heat into areas of the building where they're trying to cool off certain water elements. For example, we've also seen it for cooling diesels. They run the water through these to dump the heat into a building when they're running diesel generators of some kind. There's the brewing distilleries. Okay, the bonus room, this is an example of a bonus room install. In the picture here, it's showing what it looks like behind the finished room, which is the finished room on the right side here. It's just a simple little unit, as I showed at first here. It's about 12 by 18 by 12 inches, and basically you mount it and you run your water, hot water in, hot water out. You run 110 volt to it, and then you run your thermostat and you pop it through the wall, which you see here, and then you run your ductwork. In this case, the supply duct, as it's being identified here, is the upper one and seen on this side, and the return is on the other side. We also have a return on this side, which will balance the pressure of the two rooms together so that you're getting an even flow and everything. This is the finished side, but again, the supply, and then the return, and the return is on the back side. And in this case, what they did is they also ran a filter, just a small filter that they're able to slide in and out from the unit and the wall to filter the air as it's going through. Here's another one, and this was obviously done in a basement or a finished basement application. And what he did is he actually made a plenum. And in the plenum here, what that does is it evens out the pressure throughout the area. And then he ran a rigid 6 or 8 inch duct there. And again, the 110 coming in. And then the thermostat, he ran through the wall, and you can see it going up the wall and into the room, and he mounted it in the room somewhere. And that's pretty much on that one. And he did this in the garage. And as you can see, he did it right outside the room there, and it's not taking up any room and not taking away much space at all, which is pretty important to most of the consumers. Now, in this picture, I'm showing the adjustable louver kit. It's an option. So some people will mount this thing, and like in hunting cabins is where I see it the most. So they'll mount it really kind of like underneath a shelf or something, and they just shoot it into the room, and they direct the air with it. It's about a $60 to $70 option. Just call us for current pricing. We'll be glad to give that to you. And again, the mounting system to these is basically, a lot of them will put them up on a box or a cinder block, or mount them on a shelf, or in the areas where I've used them in my own applications, I actually mounted them up on the rafters above the room that I was, or the area of the room that I was trying to heat, and then run the ductwork from there. The other thing that's great about these, and I spent a little bit extra money on the quality of the fan, is to make sure that it's a variable speed. So for example, if you're heating a room or a hunting cabin that's only 15 by 20, these do kick out a lot of air. So when you're kicking out that much air, you get a lot of noise. So what you can do is you turn down the speed of the fan so it gets much quieter, and you also don't cook yourself out of the room within a short period of time. And then from here, you will mount your thermostat. So from the thermostat, it comes down to the variable speed, which regulates the speed of the unit, and then right to the unit. There is no 24 volt in this, it's all 110, and I did that simply for the ease of install. The features of the unit is, it's very small and compact. I have never seen anything else on the market that this small with this much heating capacity. To give you an idea of how much it can heat at 70,000 BTUs at 200-degree temperature hydronic water. A house that's about 3,800 square feet that is very well insulated needs about 140,000 BTU to heat the whole entire house in about the New England area, to give you an idea. So 70,000 should be able to do 1,500 to 1,700 square feet of well insulation. That's a lot of heating for a very small unit. It's very easy to install. It's very inexpensive for what it can do and your options for heating, considering it's a complete unit. Works on any kind of boiler. As long as it's a boiler, it's a hydronic unit heat air handler, it can be used. Okay, so if you want to hook it up to not an outdoor wood boiler, but an indoor oil-fired or propane unit, no problem. It will do the same thing. It is quiet, and it is of high quality. I bought the better products. The fan is of very high quality. Mainly, I got that because of the variable speed aspect. And also the water to air heat exchangers that I have made for my company and my company only is of the highest quality. There's not another water to air heat exchanger out there that has the same quality. There's some out there that are less expensive or cheaper. Doesn't mean they're better. The quality of the copper and the bypass and the flows are nowhere near what I have. That's another topic though. We'll go into that with the water to air heat exchangers. And in here you're going to see the dimensions. The depth, which is A, is 19. The height is about 16 inches, and the width of it is about 12.5. The plenum is 12 by 12, so it's an easy mount. Most of the ductwork you find at Home Depots or Lowe's or anything are easily mountable to this. You can see the CFMs, the BTU ratings of the units based on the water temperatures. So that's 200 degrees, you're going to get 68,000 BTUs. It produces about 1,000 CFM, which is the fan, but you've got to be pumping about 12 gallons a minute to get these kind of results. Speed variable, yes, and a lot of other information that if you're interested you can read up on or call us. We'll be glad to help you. But the bottom line is, put it in, it will heat. That's about it for the Dragon Breath air handler. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, or you can try our new website. It's www.dragonbreathheaters.com. We got all the specs and all the information up there, and we got actually a lot of gallery pictures. And if you have a Dragon Breath air handler, please send us your pictures and comments. We'd like to post them. We have a lot of happy customers out there, and we want to pass that information on. Thank you very much, and have a great day.